Lesson 56 is again about common denominators. This is part 2. So our first problem is 1/2 plus 1/3. Now, we know that when we add or subtract fractions, they have to have the same denominators. In order to find that denominator, we're going to find the least common multiple of our two denominators. So, what is the least common multiple of 2 and 3? Let's skip count. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we can stop there. For 3, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and we can stop there because if you look closely at the lists, you can see that we've got a 6 and a 6. That must be our least common multiple. So in this problem, we're going to rewrite. We're going to say 1/2 is going to be something out of 6 plus 1/3, which is going to be something out of 6. Now, 1/2 is how many out of 6? 1/2 is equal to how many out of 6? Well, if we multiply 2 by 3, we get to 6. So we're going to multiply 1 by 3 in order to get to 3. And we've got our new fraction. We've rewritten. 1/3 is equal to how many out of 6? 1/3 times something is equal to something out of 6. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 1 times 2 must be equal to 2. We always multiply by the same values when we rewrite our fraction. So now we have 3/6 plus 2/6 must be equal to 5/6. And we've got our answer for this problem. We're all done. The important part was coming up with that common denominator and rewriting our fractions. Let's move on to our next example. Here we have 3/4 minus 2/3. If we want to do 3/4 minus 2/3, we're going to find the least common multiple of 4 and 3. Let's skip count again. We've got 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. For 3, we know we have 3, 6, 9, 12. Well, we can stop there because we've just found that first number that they both have in common. 12. That's the least common multiple of 4 and 3. So let's rewrite. We're going to get something out of 12 minus something out of 12. So 3/4 is equal, 3/4 times something is going to be equal to a numerator with a denominator of 12. 4 times 3 is 12, so 3 times 3, we always multiply by the same thing. 3 times 3 is 9. So we get 9/12. So we have 9/12 as our first term. Our second term, 2/3. 2/3 times something is going to be equal to something over 12. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. So we multiply 2 times 4 as well to get an answer of 8. So we have 8/12. Now the math is actually pretty easy on this problem. Okay, we've gone through, we found the least common multiple, we've rewritten our fractions. 9 minus 8 is 1, and our denominator 12 stays the same. We get our difference of 1/12. And we're all done with this problem. Okay, now we need to compare 3/8 and 1/2. If we want to compare 3/8 and 1/2, let's go ahead and change them so they have the same denominator. So 8. 8 would be 8, 16, and 24. 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, we can stop there. We've got our least common multiple. The first number they both had in common was 8. So 1/2 times something is equal to something out of 8. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. So 1 times 4 is 4. We get 4/8. So we want to compare 3/8 and 4/8. 4/8 must be bigger. Must be bigger. So our inequality is going to open to the right. Remember that alligator mouth, it always wants more. So it's going to try to eat the bigger number. So it's going to open to our 4/8 in this example. And we're all done. Alright, now we have 2/3 and 3/4. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to find the least common denominator. We're going to rewrite our fractions so that we can compare them with our same denominator. we just need to know how to rewrite. So 3 and 4. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 4, 4, 8, 12. Oh, we can stop there. 12 and 12, least common denominator. Okay, that's the least common multiple of 3 and 4. So they're both going to have a denominator of 12. Okay, let's see what 2/3 is. 2/3 times some fraction equivalent to 1 is going to be equal to something over 12. Well, 3 times 4 is 12, so 2 times 4 is 8. We get 8/12. Now we have 3/4. 3/4 times some fraction equivalent to 1 is going to be equal to something out of 12. Well, we know 4 times 3 is 12. So our fraction equivalent to 1 is 3 out of 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So we get 9/12. Alligator mouth wants to eat the bigger number, so we're going towards 9/12. We could say 8/12 is less than 9/12. And we've got our correct answer. We'll practice this some more with our lesson practice on page 300. Make sure you've got your notes completed. Have a nice afternoon.